Welcome to this introduction for the West Coast Main Line, Trent Valley route. This afternoon, you'll be given a brief history of the route, the stock included, and what you can collect. You're here at Nuneaton, a busy station between Rugby and Tamworth, with connections to Birmingham, Crewe, Leamington Spa, London, Manchester, and Stansted Airport, with services being operated by a variety of train companies like Avanti West Coast and London North Western Railway. Your train is approaching the station. Follow the markers over the footbridge to platform 3 and wait for your train to arrive.
1542 London North Western Railway service to Crewe, calling at Atherstone, Tamworth, Lichfield, Trent Valley, Rugeley, Trent Valley, Stafford, and Crewe. For your own safety, you are reminded to stand behind the yellow line.
The Trent Valley section of the West Coast Main Line runs for 51 miles between Rugby in the south to Stafford in the north, following the River Trent. Opening in 1847 by the London and North Western Railway, LNWR, it provides a more direct link between London and northwest England and Scotland, avoiding the congested lines around Birmingham. Initially opening as a double-track line, demand on the line meant it was upgraded to quadruple-track running in the early 20th century. As part of British Rail's modernisation plan of 1955, the Trent Valley line was electrified with overhead wires in the 1960s, allowing electric locomotives to operate at 100 miles per hour. Between 2004 and 2008, the Trent Valley line was upgraded again, this time to bring the section between Nuneaton and Colwich Junction to quadruple tracks, to allow the Class 390 Pendolino trains to operate at their maximum potential. During this time, the line was also re-signalled and Rugby Station was completely remodelled. In Train Sim World 6, the West Coast Main Line Trent Valley route runs for 108 miles between Milton Keynes Central and Crewe, with an intense timetable with express and commuter passenger services and freight. The route comes with 2 electric multiple units, the Class 350/4 and Class 807, to perform a mixture of commuter and intercity services on the route. The Class 350/4s began running on the line in 2020 to work commuter services between London and Crewe and are depicted in the current LNWR livery. The Class 807s began running on the line in 2024 to work intercity services between London, Liverpool and Blackpool. It is depicted in Avanti West Coast livery. Whilst exploring the route, be sure to look out for plenty of collectibles. Dotted around the route are Model Class 807s to represent Avanti's new fleet and to signify the current infrastructure improvements being undertaken on the Trent Valley line. The narrow boat in a bottle represents all the canals that the Trent Valley line was built adjacent to. These include the Trent and Mersey, Birmingham and Fazeley, and the Grand Union Canal. Keep an eye out for baked potatoes. These come from a well-known vendor in the Tamworth area that customers countrywide come to taste. The world-famous sport of rugby originated in the town of the same name in the 19th century. Dotted around the route are rugby balls for you to collect. Lastly, be on the lookout for wheel sets. These represent the famous Wolverton Works located near Milton Keynes that attract units for maintenance from all over the UK. All aboard for the West Coast Main Line Trent Valley route. This morning, you'll be learning the basics about the Class 350/4 electric multiple unit. You'll learn about the basic driving controls, passenger operations, changing cab ends, and coupling/uncoupling 2 units. Your train is waiting for you in the platform. Follow the markers to your train and sit in the driver's seat. Follow the instructions to set up the cab so we can start the passenger operations. Insert the master key. This unlocks the driving controls. Put the reverser to the neutral position. Turn the headlight switch to the day position. This will let others know the train is operational. Your train is now ready for service. We will now start the passenger door procedure. The platform is on the left side, so please open the left passenger doors. Your train is ready to depart. Follow the instructions to get your train moving. All manual junctions on the line will be set for you. On level grades, you can coast to maintain your speed, reducing energy consumption and stress on the motors. When coasting, always remain vigilant of the gradient, as changes could cause the train to speed up or slow down. Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply braking force by moving the PBC into the braking range. We're approaching the next station. Begin applying braking force on the PBC by moving it to the braking range to ensure you stop at the location indicated. Please open the doors on the right-hand side. This concludes the passenger door operations of the training. Depart when ready for the switch lines and stop in front of another Class 350/4 unit. We will now begin the procedure to couple these two units together. Pull forward and gently couple to the other unit in front of you and follow the instructions to open the intermediate cab doors so that passengers will be able to walk through the whole train. Well done. The two units are now coupled together. Next, sit in the driver's seat in the leading cab so you're facing away from the buffers. You will then drive over to Station 1, where we will learn how to uncouple two units.
TPWS and AWS operational.
The Class 350/4 EMUs consist of 10 four-car units that were built between 2013 and 2014 in Krefeld, Germany, for Transpennine Express. The first unit entered service on 30th of December 2013, operating between Manchester and Scotland. Their time with Transpennine Express came to an end in 2020 when they were replaced with newer Class 397 units, at which time they were transferred to LNWR to work with the rest of the Class 350 fleet. Today, the Class 350/4 units can be seen working with LNWR on services out of London Euston, on the West Coast Main Line to Northampton, Birmingham, Crewe and Liverpool, and on the Chase Line between Birmingham and Rugeley via Walsall. The Class 350/4s have a power output of 2,680 horsepower, 2 megawatts, to give a maximum speed of 110 miles per hour. On the West Coast Main Line, these units must adhere to the permissible speed, PS, and multiple unit, MU, speeds displayed on speedboards, and not the enhanced permitted speed, EPS, that are only for tilting trains. Please follow the instructions to close the intermediate cab doors and uncouple the 2 units. Make sure to close the intermediate cab doors behind you as you walk through the gangway. The 2 units are now uncoupled. Shut down this cab to finish off with. This concludes the introduction tutorial for the Class 350/4. Welcome to this introduction to the Class 807. In this tutorial, we'll cover how to set up the cab, drive the train, change cab ends, and passenger door operations. You're currently at the navigation hub. Walk to the front of the train and sit in the driver's seat. Please follow the instructions to set up the cab. Insert the master key. This unlocks the driving controls. Put the reverser to the neutral position. This controls the direction the train will travel. Turn the headlight switch to the full position. This will let others know the train is operational. The Class 807 features a combined power and brake controller, PBC. This controls how much power or brake force is being applied to the train. The further away from off the PBC is, the greater amount of power or brake force will be applied. The train is now ready for service. Depart when ready for Station 1, where we will learn how to change cab ends and operate the passenger doors. All manual junctions will be set for you. On level grades, you can coast to maintain your speed, reducing energy consumption and stress on the motors. When coasting, always remain vigilant of the gradient, as changes could cause the train to speed up or slow down. Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply braking force by moving the PBC into the braking range. We're approaching Station 1. Begin applying a small amount of braking force on the PBC. Please follow the instructions for changing cab ends. Then we will learn the passenger door operations. To
and
open the
AWS
passenger doors, use the
operational.
passenger door controls. Please open the left passenger doors. To get used to the driving controls, perform one circuit of the loop and stop back here. The Class 807 electric multiple units consist of 10 7-car units built by Hitachi Rail in Kasado, Japan, with final assembly taking place in Newton Aycliffe, County Durham. Entering service on 26 October 2024, all units are operated by Avanti West Coast on express intercity services from London Euston to Birmingham, Liverpool and Blackpool on the West Coast Main Line, supplementing the Class 390 Pendolino units. The Class 807 units have a maximum speed of 125 miles per hour. However, you must adhere to the permissible speed, PS, and multiple unit, MU, speeds displayed on speed boards, and not the enhanced permitted speed, EPS, that are only for tilting trains. This concludes this introduction. Have fun driving the Class 807.